Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Voices from Behind the Walls of TDCJ. My guest that's going to be coming on today, name is Lakendrick Northern, and he's going to have an opportunity to share his story. I want you guys to make sure that you are sharing this out in your circle of influence. If you are not following us over on the Free Texas campaign on Facebook, please go over, follow us on Facebook. We're also on YouTube. And if you want to catch some of our previous shows, you can go over to iHeart, the Free Texas campaign on YouTube. Um, we have a LinkedIn page, but I haven't quite set it up yet. Y'all, I'm doing all this by myself, so hang in there with me. If you have some expertise with advocating and nonprofit organizations, and have a passion for working with those that are incarcerated, wrongfully or overly incarcerated, I would love to have you a part of the Free Texas campaign. Um, I am the co-founder, and I am doing all that I can to help bring awareness to these cases. I'm working on about 30 different cases, trying to share these individual stories. We are calling and asking the state of Texas, those citizens of the state of Texas, to stand up and be a voice, because this could be you. This could be one of your family members, because it is quite apparent for the last 3 to 4 decades, the state of Texas have been riddled with corruption. You can Google corruption in the state of Texas, and so much come up, y'all. So much come up. It's just disheartening, And a lot of people don't even realize what is actually going on and taking place in the state of Texas. If I had not been approached by someone that was incarcerated, y'all, I would not know that all these things are taking place. So I have to, when I know that something is going on, I have to speak up.
To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation
So
now.
again, y'all, please share this in your circle of influence. If you would share this out. Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. I was just doing my little intros and my little stuff. So if you would um tell everybody who you are.
My name is Lakendrick Northern. Lakendrick Shea Northern. I'm down here in Texas, TDC, and I'm here for attempted capital murder. They gave me a life sentence. I've been down here since 1998. So that's pretty much it. I'm not even from Texas though.
Wow. If you feel up to it or would like to give a overview of your case, the circumstances that led to your incarceration.
Well, what you mean? The circumstance what got me locked up, whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it started. I had a daughter. I had a girlfriend. We were living together first. And we, it was kind of hard out there in the world, so we was behind on the rent. But anyway, we was paying the rent and stuff like that, and we had got evicted, and so we had paid it in advance, and they tried to say we didn't. So I had got with them and asked them, what was going on with that, and they got all hysterical and all that. So we had went to work one day, and we come back, and there was a lean on the door of the lock, but the whole time we been asking for the part to be fixed. So the slide door was open. So that's when I found out they had took all my stuff, the furniture and all that stuff. So they left a number. We called the number, and they was getting irate on the phone. My living girlfriend, she got irate there. When I found out they had took my daughter's bed, she was number 4.5 months. And that's when I was like, wow, this can't be right. So when she got on the phone with them, and they was, getting all irate with her and stuff like that. So we ended up going over to the department, but the tenant, what you call it, the managers were stayed that you can talk to the people about. So went over there, and they were like, when they answered the door, and then apartment, and then her husband comes and say, hey, man, you can stay in here for the night or whatever, you know what I'm saying, this and that. And you talk to her. So we went in the morning, and everything went down. We went in there, and then they just got irate. And it was and the lady that got irate, they was going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of arguing. My mind, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't figure out all that. Some shooting occurred, but this is where I blanked out. And dealing with my case, I had a psychiatrist come evaluate, evaluate me and put me for dissociative disorder. And because I told him I blacked out, I couldn't remember nothing or none of that. So that's pretty much the gist of it.
Wow. So, wow. How do you believe that the Texas judicial system have failed you?
Well, first of all, it's the proper challenge and procedures they supposed to went through, and they didn't went through. But see, being lateness to the law, we don't know anything about the law. Coming in as young teenager individuals, at the time, like I said, I was 18 years old. I didn't know nothing about the law, so pretty much how they get us, we don't know anything, and then we come down there and we get misled. Where from the beginning, they asked me my statement, you know what I'm saying? I told them I had a mistake, I don't remember nothing. So I had to be appointed a lawyer. Well, according to Texas law, you have 48 hours to get a lawyer appointed to you. Well, according to my paperwork, you have a docket sheet with a record everything, So I got locked up April 3rd, 1998, and I was indicted April 6th. And I was first indicted with 2 attempted murders, you know what I'm saying, which carries 2 to 20. And then June 11th, they came and re-indicted me with a 5-count indictment, you know what I'm saying, with attempted capital murder, 2 attempted murders, 2 aggravated assault, and left up for the jury to decide. So the top paragraph, it contains 5 to 99, the other 2 to 20. So I believe they was being vindictive for me because at the same time, I had no way of contesting those first 2 indictments because if you get a new indictment, it's supposed to be dismissed according to the Texas law, where there's no dismissal. And I found out through public records later on down the line through my mother when she got it for me that the dismissal was after my trial date, was April 28th, 1999, when I was found guilty. And they come back and I see the paperwork and it said dismissed. And it's not recorded on my docket sheet. And my first 2 indictments for attempted murder, it wasn't recorded on my docket sheet. And this whole time I was fighting and couldn't even contest the dismissals or the change of indictment. I still had no attorney. So from April 3rd to June 15th, I had no attorney. I was just in the county. Well, after that, they assigned a lawyer to me, and he came and he was like, what happened? I would say, hey man, I don't remember. I figured it out. And I really didn't know. I don't remember the case, you know what I'm saying? So he get a step with me, and that's the last time I seen him. And he was my court-appointed lawyer, he was my PI lawyer, and he was my PDI lawyer. So how can you fire him just counseling yourself, you know what I'm saying, for the mishaps? But it's way more to it though. But that's far as like the beginning of the dealing with the magistrate. I had no lawyer there to be there for the magistrate hearing, or they find, with the when you get arraigned and all that. I had no attorney then. I never had talked to a magistrate, so I basically left the feeling for myself. Just me left in the county. You know what I'm saying? So that's in the beginning.
Wow. So you, wow, that's a lot. Wow.
There's a lot I'm gonna miss because like I say, I've been trying to. It's been years I've been messing my case, but it's so much dealing with it, so many ins and outs that it's kind of. It's taking out if I was to sit down and had everything in order, but I'm really coming off the head right now. But later on, I maybe get everything squared away. But it's a lot to it, though. So and dealing with the main issue I was fighting is disproportionate sentencing. I don't know. I blacked out. The main thing I say, I'm illegally sentenced disproportionately. You know what I'm saying, on attempted capital murder. When in fact I should have been sentenced on the 2nd degree of attempted murder. They only carry 2 to 20. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming from 2 original indictments that were dismissed, and then I got re-indicted. So I'm like, I was indicted. First thing they had the charge right the first time, because if you look at the Texas statute, I'm under 1903A78, and this according to the law, I'm gonna read what the law says. under Corey, they just under Corey. It was in other statutes too, cases, but it's under Corey. Section 1903, 87A and B, been drafted, presented, and entered into the Texas Penal Code together as a means to seek the death penalty against mass murderers. As originally drafted as of November 12, 1984, Texas House Bill 8 did not differentiate between the two subsections and simply made it capital offense to murder more than one person, regardless of whether the killings occurred in the same criminal episode. The sponsors of the bill made it clear in a public hearing of the House Committee on the Criminal Jurisprudence that, as revised, subsection 8 was meant to enable the state to seek the death penalty against mass murderers, such as terrorist attacks or the killing of a number of people at once, while subsection B was meant to be the same for serial killers. Okay, with that said, my whole point is this. In my case, it was 2 people shot. No one is deceased, no one is dead. So that's why when I first came in, that's why I said I had 2 attempted murders, which carried 2 and 20.
Right.
So they come back and charge me with attempted murder. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how is you charge me with attempted where there's nobody. Okay, according to your statute, the reading of your statute, you first says, according to the Texas legislative law, in order to even reach and get to a 1903, you have to invoke capital murder. Capital murder has to be invoked by 1902 B1. And that's a murder. It has to be invoked first. So under mine, you have to have in section 7 it says murders more than one person. Okay. And then section 8, capital A, it says during the same criminal transaction. Okay. Those are after the murder. You got to meet that after the murder. That's why you got the conjunction and, So and then I even went on to say you got a ladder to they charges. You got capital murder. Let's include that as attempted capital murder, and let's include that as murder, and then let's include that as attempted murder, and let's include that as aggravated assault. So what I'm trying to argue is, if you have attempted murder and murder after that, how did you jump from attempted murder to attempted capital murder, and I'm gonna jump the murder statute? Because in my eyes, the way the statute is made, first of all, it's for terrorists and all that, and really people don't understand, of course, the Texas law. The Texas capital punishment statute is the sentencing regime. And I'm going to read what it says about the sentencing regime toward that, and then I'll get on to what I'm trying to prove. It said the term capital murder is the term that describes the sentencing regime rather than a criminal offense. There is no crime in capital murder that is different from murder. Capital murder is murder, but it's a murder that is accompanied by an aggravating factor that provides the state with a greater range of punishment than that which applies to the offense. And that's under Wood 568 Southwest 3D 162 2018. Okay, in that Woods case, she had argued and overturned it, and she had an offense where she tried to kill her baby or whatever, but the baby lived, and they didn't prove the aggravated offense because they couldn't say the baby name. So the jury, they thinking that it's a regular adult, so they can charge her with that. So she come back and said, "Hey, this is a baby. This never was mentioned that this person. It didn't show who I killed or tried to kill or anything like that." So it's like, wow. Okay, they come back and say, "Okay, we had it right the first time," but she's saying, "No, I'm arguing that y'all disproportionate sentencing because y'all didn't meet all the aggravated offense. Y'all didn't have the aggravating factor, in which is the age of the person. If they would have knew that, then it would have been a different situation." In my case is, I'm saying I'm disproportionate because you have to invoke the 1902 B1, which is a murder first, if anything. And then to prove my point that you have to have an aggravating factor, underlying aggravating factor to do this, even a concurrent judge named Keesler in St. Albans 537 Southwest 3D 39 Texas Criminal Appeals 2017, he held that in a single trial, and before I go on, this guy had shot these people. He shot like 4. Let me see, 1, 2, 3. He shot 4 people and killed 1. Now, under this Texas Penal Code, they got me charged with a life sentence under. That is what they got me charged with. So under this right here, it does apply to me because these people shot all these people all these times right here, and at the same time, he had a body. So it says, in a single trial, St. Albans was tried and convicted for a murder of Oscar Nava that attempted capital murders of Christian Gonzalez, Michael Lopez, Juan Garcia, and Luis Martinez, and assault on a public servant. The underlying aggravating factor for each of the attempted capital murders was Oscar Nava's murder in St. Albans, 537 South 3 to 39. So I had more to look, but with this, it doesn't make sense how they did it. You know, because they wouldn't allow, I had expert witness, they wouldn't allow him to testify, would have showed the jury that, hey, this guy, he backed out of diagnosing with disorder. He ran a Rocha ink blot test on me, a Spiegel eye roll test on me, and I did a multiple choice. And he proved that, hey, man, I can speak in your behalf. Well, they try to say it was hearsay. But how is it hearsay when I didn't say, I didn't have no statement? All I was doing was doing what he asked me upon his evaluation. I told him nothing about my case because I can't tell him nothing because I don't remember anything. So they tried to say hearsay and they denied his testimony. Therefore, if the jury would have heard his testimony, then, you know, it'd been different because you have to have the intent to do things. And then, like, on another case, we had this guy, he argued that with attempted capital murder, there's no such thing, but he had tried to order that the 1501 to act attempted. Well, they come back and say, hey, we can attempt anything. But I'm not arguing that, you know. So I think it's totally clear that I'm not arguing the 1501 attempt nor the attachment. But I do argue the fact that it's Blake made in Ex parte St. Albans case 537 Highway 3939, 2017, a recent case where even a concurrent judge Kessler said that the aggravating factor to each of the attempted capital murders of the 5 people was supported by Oscar Nava's death. There were multiple victims, same to show in my case, but technically if it was a legislative intent to charge attempted capital murder in the fashion they charged me in, the St. Albans case, they could have easily pulled all 5 attempted murders without Oscar Nava's death and just charged 5 attempted capital murders. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I know it's a lot because I'm trying to pull everything out at one time, but my point is this. Just with that, let's just say that case alone. Why would each one of those persons that they had to charge the capital murder and put a body with it? If they were to do it like my case, you know, they could have just, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They took each of them names and they used the same dude's body. Oscar Nava, they put his body on each of those names of people that live. So in my case, the judge was right. You got to have a predicate murder. You got to have some type of aggravated offense to invoke that 1903 statute. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. So, in your opinion, what misconduct do you feel has taken place within the Texas judicial system concerning your case, and how can it be addressed?
I think vindictiveness. Like I say, I don't. Like I told you before, I don't want to sound cliche or anything, and I'm not on no racial.
I mean, the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth.
Like that,
and everybody can get their own. They can correlate their own perception. We just put the truth out as it relate to you, and only you know your truth.
Right. You know, and it was white victims, and then I'm looking at it like when I first come down, you had me on 2 attempted murders. So why upgrade it when there's no evidence? And then according to the penal code, in order to find a statute, be charged with a statute, you got to prove every point of the statute. You can't leave a piece out. So if you leave out a murder to something and don't have the rest, there's no way that you can have a complete statute. You know, and then you had through my public records. That's another thing that could be addressed. We have to go through public records to get the truth from behind, because I haven't even dug into the part about the public records I got out, you know what I'm saying, where it's saying that it's a witness that said, hey, the suspect got away in a blue van. I owned a white 1986 Delta 88 Oldsmobile. So, and I drove that right off the premises. So they saying somebody got away in the Oldsmobile. Then you have, they really charged me up under this 911 tape. Okay, they showed the 911 tape. Played the 911 tape in the courtroom, right? When they played the tape, they try to put more shots than what was shot on that. You heard 5 shots, but they try to put, did you hear the other one? It's blatant, you can't hear no other shot. The whole time in the tape, you hear two women that's irate with each other. You don't hear me in there at all. You don't hear me getting irate with nobody. You hear me raising my voice. You don't hear nothing. And I'm trying to figure out how would that justify everything. And then you have the suspects. I mean, not the suspects. Excuse me. The victims. They never made any statement to the police. The only statement was made was to the other victim's civil attorney. This is all about money, because from the jump, this the whole gist. When I had moved into the apartment complex, it was owned by these other people, and they sold it to the other apartment complex, and the other apartment complex people, which was TVO the guard's name when I came in, they said, well, we about to clean up this area because there was prostitution, drug dealing, all kind of missions in the area. So that was their main thing, purpose. So we moved in, thinking everything's good, So they hold purpose with that. So when this comes down to this, they wasn't worried about convicting him. They worried about getting money. Because in 1999, when I had entered the prison system, I had to go to another trial. It was a civil trial. And they sued me for $1 million. So the main apartment complex that sold it sued the apartment complex that sold it. And the people that got shot, they sued the apartment complex. So the apartment complex sued me. You know what I'm saying? So it was all in a circle. So the whole time these victims, they didn't make no statement. So if you didn't make no statement, how did the grand jury indict me? And then in the transcript, it say all you seen was fire from the gun. You don't know who shot. All you kept when the police came in, they kept who shot. They said my name. But I'm like, I don't remember anything. And then my voice is not on the recording, but at the same time, like I say, it's the ridiculousness of what's going on. And then, like I say at the beginning, the magistrate stage, the indictment stage, the part when the attorney's supposed to be appointed, and all that. So, it's a lot that's going on down in the Tarrant County system it's very corrupt. You know what I'm saying? And everybody from when I got locked up, even before that, you can go back and check, and everybody got at least 50 plus. It's my first attempt. This first time I come to Texas, I came down here, to go to school. I graduated. I played football. I supposed to went to TCU. I had a scholarship where I was finna get picked up. I tell victims to the streets, people young, and I'm kind of hard headed at the same time. People make mistakes. So I'm looking at this. My first time offense. This is my first time ever committing a crime. And I was harshly convicted like this.
Wow. So, what, in your opinion, are some things that can be reformed or changed to address some of the corruption and the unfairness right there in Texas?
I think they have to start with the root of the problem, the people that's in right now. Over the time, you got to have some new voices. Just like you got the young kids out there in the generation, you got the older people that try to change and stuff. And they just need new voices. So you need a whole new system that's coming in through elections. And a lot of times, these people, it's all about the money. It's all about getting these votes, and it's for reasons that's not in support of us. So I mean, the way it's so broad. The way the system is made down here in Texas, how it's ran, it's really overbearing. So I mean, it's not. I can go on for days, but like I say, I probably have to come on a later date and line those things up in order and just give it to you because like I say, I had a real rough time trying to put together because it's so broad, it's so much stuff I'm trying to get out at one time. And it's a lot of stuff I know I missed, because I know as soon as I got out of college, like, man, I could have said that. But I could have had myself better prepared. But I felt that this is the opportunity that I need and the opportunity I have at the time. And dealing with this justice system, it got to be addressed.
So for those that are tuning in and those that will hear this replay, what would you like to say to them? Are you in need of assistance? How can they support you? What's your message to them on today?
Well, first of all, my message is, I was young at the time, You know, people make mistakes, you know, and everything. I'm not perfect, but at the same time, I just want them to know that the stuff I have right now is it's like rebirth. When I say rebirth, it's like when you come down and you see things in a different light, you become a better person on down the line as you evolve. So as me, I have evolved, and I just want somebody that reach out and hear me. They might not understand exactly what I was saying because, you know, I'm trying to get all out at once. But I just need somebody to sit down with me and actually go in depth with my case and let me show them the ins and outs, because I got everything drawn up like the format and everything. But it's so vast with it, it's so broad, I just can't put it all together, and I just need somebody to sit down and look at it. You know, just give me a chance. You know, I've been gone 26 years, and over time, I had to rehabilitate myself. But down here, like when you get a life sentence, they don't get to have the opportunity to give you the opportunity to take in the education. I had to pay for school back in 2016. I was fortunate to have a family that helped me pay for my schooling, and I come down here to the same university right now and took a college course. You know, because I graduated high school, I took a college course, and I come down and I try to better myself. But over the years, I rehabilitated myself by reading different, you know, books, you know, for the history, philosophy, psychology, you know, educating myself on bad things, leaving business side, financial accounting, and all that. So everybody not down here, you know, you know, it's people down here that's really trying to change. And I can't speak for everybody, but I'm just looking for my second chance, you know, to get out, you know, better myself, be fit for society once again, you know, and show them who I am now and try to do what I want to do, you know. That's pretty much it. Ask somebody to give me a chance, just hear me out, sit down with me, and then want to take that time to really hear my message, what I'm trying to tell you, you know, about what's going on.
Right. Well, I definitely plan to have you back. Like I say, I do this every Monday from 11 to around 2:00. I'm usually on here, providing opportunity for anybody within the TDCJ that want to come on and share their story. And of course, I plan to have you on in November. I think I mentioned November the 6th. It's going to be an evening show that I'm going to be doing through the Crew podcast. So I definitely plan on getting you back on and sharing your story even the more. So everybody can plan to tune in on November the 6th at 8 p.m. My time, which will be 7 p.m. Texas time, to hear more about your story and anything that you would like to share. I know that you are an author as well. So we definitely want to get people involved and supporting the things that you're doing, and to see that you are making a difference, even from behind those walls, that you are still being a voice and still trying to make a difference. So if you're out there and you're hearing this, I want you to, whatever you can in your heart of hearts, feel the need to do. If it's just writing a letter to the Congress people in the state of Texas, the legislator, whatever it may be, we want your help. We apply. We are asking for your help. If you want to reach out, you can reach out to me. Of course, I can get you in contact with him. But we definitely want to get you guys involved in what's going on behind these prison walls here in the state of Texas. The unjustness that has taken place. I just put a plea out to those people that are in power. We just want you to be accountable for those things that you've done. All those wrongs that you've done, we just want you to make them right, because you can make them right. You can rectify that. You know, people make mistakes. There are a lot of people that are on the outside that probably need to be in prison, but because of grace and mercy, they didn't get caught. And that is the case. But the fact that these people would deliberately overlook stuff and deliberately falsify documents and do different things to imprison people and then to keep them in there and lock them out of the system. Because I just, from what I'm seeing, it's just like once they get you in there, it's just like they lock you out of the system. They make it hard for you to appeal. They make it hard for you to do anything against what they've already done. And they think that they wrongness is right. And that's not the case. So I definitely thank you for coming on and sharing. I know sometimes it's not easy to tell your story. So I applaud you for that. If somebody wants to support your books, how can they get your material?
Well, like I said, I had published a book before, but the editing was messed up on it, so I had to retake out the line and redo it or whatever. But it never got done, so I'm in the process of doing that right now. I just, in the PDF,
right,
onto Amazon, Kindle, or whatever, But if there's anybody out there, can help me with that, that'd be good too. I have several books and I'm diverse.
Right. So we definitely gonna be on the watch for those things. And again, if you're out there, if you are a paralegal, if you have any expertise in criminal justice, or if you're an advocate, or if you have an organization or whatever, and you can help tackle these cases, please reach out to me, and we can see how we can work together to help bring some of these people home that need to be home. Some of these people been gone 20 plus years, y'all, and that's a long time to be away from your family, and then you don't know when you coming home because they keep offsetting you and they keep doing this and keep doing that. So we definitely want to get some of these people home. Again, I thank you, and I'll be talking to you soon because we're definitely going to get you back on. Mark your calendar, November the 6th, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. I got you down. So mark your calendar. And again, thank you for being a willing voice.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
Right.
So I definitely want you guys to make sure that you're sharing this out. We have one more individual that's going to be coming on. It's a young lady. She is been incarcerated. She's a juvenile. She was incarcerated as a juvenile. She's going to be coming on sharing her story, and she's in one of the worst women prisons in the state of Texas. So you ain't no telling what you might hear. So I definitely want you guys to share this out, and if you can, come back, stop back by, and get involved, y'all. Talk to you soon.